This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Hey, yo.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dudes paid in full, gunning to be the best.
We're wrestlers in a wrestling ring. Let's just freaking wrestle.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrooklynInfinite.com, which is not a thing that exists anymore. Why the You know, I've had about a week off due to contract things. Not a big deal. I should be well rested. I apparently am not. Welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, RVT Entertainment production on Podomatic, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find us. Find out recording live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty J. That is TWK.
Matty J, I hear you have a regurgitative response to mistruthing.
You mean I'm allergic to bullshit?
Nah,
Look.
you...
I know you want to replace Shintigercurl in the introduction, imitation, or impersonation department, but it's not the same.
I doubt he could do a southern accent as well as me.
Yeah, Shintigercurl is indisposed. He is not available this evening. He is under the weather and would rather rest up than risk screwing up his throat this close to WrestleMania. So we're giving him a much requested and much deserved night off of this particular situation. Speaking of, we got some stuff to talk about regarding that, regarding the schedule going into WrestleMania proper. We'll be discussing that in a few minutes. We got some winners and losers. No big clip here because, you know, despite being off, like I said, I had no time to put together a clip. But if there were portions of the MJF Rebar Mitzvah, you know, the ones, would have made it, or the Sami, KO, and Cody show. Pick one. Would have been the thing. But I didn't. I have no regrets because I went to a speed dating thing and had a blast. Had a wonderful fucking time. And there's a part 2 next weekend, which, yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. So, so here's what's going on. Do we do this before we get to the wrestling? I think we should.
Yeah, get all the schedule stuff out of the way.
Well, I'll have to inform Shin about this later because he does not know about this first part. Normally, when something like the Rampage happens, we'd start Rampage. We do like it would be 8:30 to whenever Rampage starts on Friday, and then we move to Saturday to accommodate that. Well, guess what? Those thanks to the NCAA, yeah, Rampage moved. They're moved to Saturday at 10 p.m. So normally the procedure here, well, okay, we're going to go to Friday and we'll just do a regular show but on a Friday. Well, my dad just calls me up, says, hey, I got hockey tickets. Sens are in the playoff run. And the CHL, OHL, Ottawa 67s, they're in the playoff picture. They're going to the playoffs. Good teams. Good hockey teams. And my dad scored hockey tickets, and one of the last games happens to be next fucking Friday.
Listen, you don't turn down free hockey tickets.
Haven't done that yet. It's at 7 p.m., so as soon as we're off work, we're going. So that just means the game will probably go to like 9, but do we want to risk? Do I want to get these guys up to like midnight? No, we don't. I want to be
And
that
here's the
cruel.
thing. Best case scenario, game ends at 9, but of course it could always go into overtime, which means it could end at 10, 11, who knows?
We're not. This is still a regular season game, so it would be like a 5-minute overtime and a shootout.
Yeah, but
They are
you also
adopting
have
the
to-
NHL rules there. So it would probably be back around 10:30, the time they get everything hosed down, all that stuff. It's one of those, And the move would probably be to move everything to Thursday, but here's the thing. Because the week after that is WrestleMania, which would have us do a Friday show, 90 minutes. But for WrestleMania? But we love Rampage. But it's WrestleMania, but it's Rampage. So the decision was to move to Thursday. And by extension, CJ and everyone who's in the Riv Zone crew will probably give them an invite if they wish to be a part of the show for the WrestleMania preview show. However, there may or may not be a guest. I'm still working to get that settled. But this Thursday, the time it'll be Thursday. It'll be more than likely the same time that Rift Zone would start. So basically, Teed Up gets a night off. I'm the one streaming that night. I'll be the one hosting the stream. And we're doing our WrestleMania preview show on a Thursday.
And the
Why?
special guest is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You have no idea how much I would mark out if that would actually happen.
And I'm going to teach all you beady-eyed sons of bitches how to do the greatest move in professional wrestling,
The pile
driver.
Can you tell that Teed Up's been watching New Legacy Inc.'s 316 day video?
That was a gift. It was quite the gift to watch.
It was. If these guys have both the best / worst Austin impression, and if for those wondering which one, the answer is yes.
Yep, featuring such people as Pro Wrestling's Hattie Price, and Pro Wrestling's Chugs, and Pro Wrestling's Dakota Kai.
And Pro Wrestling's Adam Cole, baby!
That is Chugs. Also,
That is Chugs.
Austin Creed.
Yes,
They have connections.
they do. They technically do. You know, with the party and all. But yeah, we are confirming the guest part, but here's the schedule. We're doing a show this week, obviously. Next week, I'm at as I mentioned, speed hockey game Friday, speed dating thing on Saturday, and of course with Rampage in there. We may as well just take the week off and chill and just watch as much wrestling as possible. Because next on Thursday, I was actually looking for the calendar so I could tell you. On Thursday, the 30th of March, WrestleMania preview show. It'll be the three of us at the very minimum, because I'm pretty sure Shin will have recovered from whatever he had this weekend. And we're doing a thing, WrestleMania on the 30th. If we have a guest, oh, you're gonna have fun. I know at least one of our audience members will want to tune the fuck in. But since it's not been confirmed, I'm not going to advertise that. If it is confirmed, I will post a video about it on my YouTube channel, and we'll spread it around a little bit. You will be hyped one way or another. That being said, we don't have a clip, so we could go right into the business of talking about professional goddamn wrestling. What a week, by the way.
Yeah, I had to put this notes together at the last minute, unfortunately, due to how quickly I was added back into the show.
Yeah.
Because
So
originally I was trying to take the week off so I can work on my WWE 2K23 review, but Shin had to take time off. So Matty asked me, hey, can you fill in? I'm like, hell yeah. And so I did my damnedest. So I apologize if I missed anything, if I got anything out of order.
Chat, if you want to help out, help out. But there was a lot of stuff. There's a few things on Raw we could cover, and SmackDown we could definitely cover. So there is stuff and or things.
So first up on the list looks like Mercedes Moné will be likely done New Japan and Stardom after April. She has 2 matches coming up. First against Azumi, and then following that against she's actually going to make her Stardom debut against why is her name not coming to me right now? She's a big name.
So that's what happens when he doesn't make the list, folks. That's just the reality.
Yeah, so she has 2 matches coming up.
Yeah.
And after the second one, after her Stardom debut, that's when her contract officially ends, and there's no word on if she's going to sign a new one yet.
Well, I think, yeah, the deal was for a few matches. Obviously, she had one at the New Japan show where she became the IWGP Women's Champion. Of course, she's got one. And then, of course, a third one will be happening at their Stardom debut. One would assume that depending on how the Stardom match goes, there might be an extension or a renewal of a contract. But that's for as far as we know, as Tina mentioned, Mercedes Moné is with New Japan / Stardom for those 3 matches. It's a weird situation, to say the least.
Yeah, I do hope that she re-signs, though, because there's so many matches that she could do. Like, one person who called her out actually on Twitter and quote tweeted her was Mina Shirakawa, who actually said that Mercedes has been drinking too much gin and juice. Shows that Mina's done her research.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, someone's working. And Snoop Dogg went, what?
And, of course, everyone's been asking for Mercedes versus Julia. So there's still so many matches in the roster they could do, and it would be an absolute shame if we don't get them. Let's see, next year. It looks like Pat McAfee will not do WWE anytime in the near future.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing the Pat McAfee show, and that's it. So that Royal Rumble appearance may as well be called a cameo.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate. He's great at that position.
Yeah, he's absolutely phenomenal as a commentator, especially because he barely ever sits down. He's just so energetic. He's jumping around everywhere every night. He's doing commentary.
Watch him during Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance.
Oh yeah, just on the table dancing. He gets Michael Cole to lose his mind.
He is the literal reason Michael Cole is enjoying a renewed sense of awesomeness. And name extreme, Rock should get Pat McAfee to call XFL. He livened it up. I watched him do commentary during the flag football game.
Pat McAfee actually addressed this, saying that currently it was all filled up, especially with a newborn on the way, it seems.
Yeah.
So best of luck to him in his life going forward. But
slowing down a little bit to make sure everything's cool. That makes sense.
Yeah, I do hope he returns to WWE at some point, because Wade Barrett's a good commentator, but Pat McAfee just takes things to a whole new level just from an energy standpoint.
He's not the same.
He's the closest thing we have to a modern day Don West.
Yeah.
There are very few commentators that are able to get that level of energy for matches, and it's always good to hear it. And it's just a shame that we're not going to hear it at WrestleMania again, because imagine Cody versus Roman with Pat McAfee on commentary.
You're imagining it now, folks.
Like, that'll take that match from a great all the way to a legendary level.
You're imagining it now, and you're wishing Wade Barrett didn't exist. Which is a shame, because he's actually not bad. He's just not the same, obviously.
Yeah, we have some bad news from NXT, as it looks like Roxanne Perez is out indefinitely for a vague reason that nobody knows.
Kayfabe.
It doesn't seem.
It's almost as if they had no one to slot in to make sure to take out to replace Mandy Rose, so they went eeny, meeny, miny, you.
Well, Roxanne Perez was always slated to become women's champion.
Just not as quickly.
Yeah. And Dave Meltzer is even confused. Like, nobody knows what's going on except for the people at NXT with what the reason is that she's been written off television.
Just a damn well better be a gimmick change. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I just hope everything's going well. There's just a lot of confusion around this, and I hope everything is well in her personal life. Also, new Hall of Fame inductee announced, the Great Muta.
I have nothing to say to it. I don't think G-Dub has anything to say to it other than appropriate and deserved.
Agreed, and hopefully this means he'll be in next year's video game.
That would be cool.
Let's see, we also have on this week's SmackDown, we had Sami and Kevin hugging it out, which got a huge ovation.
Oh, God. A lot of people were mad when Sami lost. And, of course, I can tell you from my experience, I talked to Mason. He's not happy about the plan. I was like, no, but you should switch it out. But for what? For a short-term thing? Sorry, like, the plan is the plan. And fair, yes, it's the WWE, and we should shit on WWE whenever we can. But I'm like, well, there's a plan here, and guess what? Normally, you'd hear people boo, but I'm like, Cody's being cheered, Roman's being booed.
Everything is going according to plan when it comes to crowd response, and that's the most important thing.
That's the thing. If there was any deviation from the crowd, you would get a panic move. But no, no panic moves. Cody and Roman got off on a rocky start, but they're riding the ship, and at this point, the hype machine is turning on. Cody's cutting bomber promos every time he comes out. He's hitting him out of the park. So is Sami. So is KO. You want to know how big a deal that hug was? People would say it's sweetened, but I'm like, I watched the show on replay with Sportsnet, and they like this is from live. They don't edit that shit. No, that's a loud ass pop.
There were people in the crowd jumping up and down. That's how big of a pop that was.
Standing O pop. As in, this was wanted pop.
I said this on Twitter, and I'll say it again. Not since Omega and Ibushi have two men hugging in wrestling gotten such a huge ovation.
You got it on the money, too. Got it right on the money. It's those kind of vibes. And Kevin didn't play. Kevin kept wanting to play hard to get, but Cody came in and said, "Dude, enemy of my enemy is my friend at this point. Just fucking how to get out."
Oh, Hug It Out is 11 years old. 11.
You feel old yet? Jay Uso being so over their save their asses with the Sami stuff. I'd say a combination of things. Because Jey Uso has always been over since the main event Jay days.
Yeah, here's the thing. Everything in this storyline has been working to a T. In the past several months, not a single thing has faltered, which is a miracle. Especially because
this is a fucking streak. In a good way.
And this is why Roman really needs to lose at Mania, because everything has been building to him finally losing at Mania.
Why the fuck is it? And I'm pretty sure you saw it too. There's a bunch of creators online on various places that say no, keep the belt on Roman.
They just want to hit that 1,000 days, but no, it's not worth it. Not worth it.
It's not. No, we're teetering on Jade Cargill on a Jade Cargill situation, because we all know what the fuck happened when she went 50-0 and 51-0 and people stopped giving a shit. Now, obviously, there's so much charisma, so much stuff going on with the bloodline that you could being the operative word. I'm going to under-fucking line it. If this was a written transcript, underline the shit out of this. You could keep the belt on Roman. But on a story standpoint, the way things are going momentum-wise, you'd be fucking that over.
Especially because the way they're telling the story is that Roman's been using fear and intimidation to keep his family together, whereas Cody just reunited Kevin and Sami through absolute friendship and love and compassion. So long story short,
story-wise, you could, but it wouldn't work. And JC, the biggest match Roman has left with The Rock doesn't need the belt; it just needs a bloodline.
Exactly.
If Rock even is available to do it in the first place.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Rock is getting older by the day. He is not getting any younger, and wrestling, as we saw over 10 years ago, still takes a huge toll on his body. His last match, he got absolutely injured really badly, and Hollywood was not happy about that.
Long story short, again, a lot of people are going to go, well, this is going to happen next year. So it should have happened this year. The fact that it isn't happening this year and we got Roman versus Cody, period, should tell you maybe WWE is just ready to move on and saying this is going to be the one dream match that doesn't happen.
Yeah, if there was ever going to be Roman versus Rock, it would be this year in Hollywood. And since it's not happening, I just can't
Ideally, it would have been last year if it weren't for the pandemic.
Yes.
But here we are. Here's your reality.
Also, I don't think we need 3 years of WrestleMania in a row with the heel walking out champion. That does not need to be how WrestleMania ends 3 years in a row. That would just be a bit too soul-crushing.
And with Cody Rhodes saying on Sunday, April 2nd, so we all know what's closing Mania. Maybe it should close Mania, for fuck's sake.
Well, speaking of closing Mania,
if it didn't.
Speaking of closing Mania, apparently the main event of night one is going to be Rhea versus Charlotte. From what I've heard, the build has not been there for the most part.
The build, I mean...
And from what I can tell from the dynamic, they're trying to build Charlotte as a babyface.
Nah, but then again, do you want heel versus heel? I don't.
That's why it's so confusing that Rhea chose Charlotte, because it's like, you have Charlotte who's
there's a story here. I mean, obviously there's a story with the pandemic mania happening and the way things happen. I'll be honest. Someone in this matchup, in the build of this matchup, foobarred hard. And I'm not going to blame Rhea or Charlotte for here because they're doing their jobs, I think, at this point. Trying to tell the story as best as possible. There's a story with the redemption of Rhea Ripley, but the problem is Rhea's a heel and they want to treat her as a heel. And yet, we keep calling her mommy. Let's be honest here. Rhea's the babyface, Sub is the heel.
Yeah, I mean, the dynamic that Rhea has with Dominic is too entertaining for anyone to really boo it.
You can't really boo it. You could boo Dom. People have been booing the shit out of Dom. So he's been doing his job very well. But with Rhea, there's a vibe here. It's not meshing. I'm pretty sure the match will be fine. Like these two can go. We've seen them go in that pandemic mania. That's not going to be the problem. The problem will be in the finish and how the dynamic works. And, well, let's be honest. Charlotte is a tweener with the needle going towards heel.
That and
so,
I would absolutely be a little upset if Charlotte won again.
Part of me says be ready to be upset. Just in case. Just gut feeling saying they're gonna feed Rhea to Charlotte again because Charlotte wins. LOL. Hi, I'm Charlotte Flair. I have tits.
Well, do you know
she's lucky she could wrestle because she would with all the surgeries she would become a stick with tits.
Well, one person
she's lucky she could fucking wrestle.
Well, one person WWE is high on that we can all agree on is LA Knight.
As one should. Bit weird with booking, but with the Bray Wyatt situation, it is what it is. But yeah.
And now there's rumors that they might pair him with Austin at Mania.
Yeah. What? Yeah. What? If it happens,
even if it's just like a promo segment, it would be great. Because that's all you really need is just have them do promos at each other, and it'll be amazing.
LA could go on the stick. Eli Drake can go. Also, Walter versus Drew versus Sheamus is made.
That could steal the show.
It'll steal the night which night it goes on, for sure.
I feel so bad for whoever has to follow that.
That's why I'm like, why Rhea versus Charlotte when you have a perfect triple threat right there at the main event? And it's perfect because you could have the main event and Sheamus has his big moment with the Intercontinental Championship. Big pop. Everyone goes home happy, gets to sleep for a little while, and on to the next one.
You know what the most WWE move with this match would be?
They start the show and Walter retains.
No, even worse. The match goes perfectly fine, and then at the end, Sheamus hits the bro kick on Gunther, and then Drew McIntyre turns heel, kicks Sheamus in the groin, and just pins Walter.
Oh, that would be such a WWE thing to do.
A very Vince McMahon thing to do. Just Drew McIntyre turns heel at the end of the match and just steals the victory.
Should we remind? Do I need to remind you that it's Triple H running the thing right now?
I know, but it should also be known that Vince does consult with Triple H every now and again. I know that there's always that black cloud hanging over WWE as long as Vince McMahon is still the owner.
Someone feed Vince a bad steak or something so he could pop his pacemaker. Please. We don't. The world will be a better place without this motherfucker.
Probably, but that'll be a discussion for another time. Mm-hmm. For now, we have another person who left Twitter. Eddie Kingston. He posted on his Instagram that he left Twitter after he saw how many people were abusing Riho.
I think the only reason why we're on Twitter right now is to see weird parts of Twitter, and you don't like Facebook.
I'm on Facebook. It's just I don't use it on my phone. Then I have some friends that are exclusive to Twitter.
Very true.
But yeah, it just shows it can be a toxic place full of people who just never get their comeuppance, which sucks.
Just remember, folks, yeah, they don't get their comeuppance in Twitter, but karma fucks them over eventually. You just don't get to see it.
Yeah, here's hoping. But so now we get to AEW Dynamite. As I said earlier, I put these notes together last minute, so it's not as detailed or in chronological order as it usually is, so bear with me, folks.
There's a lot of stuff, but it did start with the Rebar Mitzvah.
I do have that, and it was an absolutely amazing segment. Is Car Junkie here?
I don't know if he is. Only 4 people in the chat. I can verify that, though.
Because I want to know just how faithful this is to an actual type of bar mitzvah, and he's the only Jewish person we have in our usual chat rooms.
I don't see him in chat, unfortunately.
Ah, son of a bitch. All right, since he's not here, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 on the Jewish scale.
Let's not piss people off here. Let's just say it was a fun segment.
That it was. And props to those people in the back who absolutely hustled out with that chair.
They hustled out. They moved out. There was a whole lot of dancing and all that. And Jungle Boy's music hits. Everyone parts. They're gone by the time he's halfway down the ramp.
Yeah, those people, they did not waste any time. They were
kudos.
Also, MJF still a fucked up face.
Yeah, he's yeah.
So you can definitely tell he's not medically cleared for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you can definitely, I'm going to take as a guess that this fatal 4-way between himself, Jack Perry, Sammy Guevara, and Darby Allin probably not going to happen until the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that for me, that was my first thought when I saw the 4 pillars corner to corner. I went, 4 pillars, double or nothing, book it.
And on that show, I know that MJF is probably going to keep his belt until next year, but if there was a match where I could feasibly see him losing the belt, it would be to one of these 3 guys.
Would be one of those guys or Adam Cole down the line. He's building up to something like that. It'll take a while. It'll take a while for Adam, but the 4 pillars in Vegas, double or nothing, that makes sense. And down the line, Adam Cole, I don't want to say all out because it feels early, but something like that. Something like that.
Nevertheless, it's going to be absolutely amazing to see all these all 4 pillars, having a match finally this is the first time they've ever met in a Fatal 4-Way match, and it will also be the first ever, if I recall correctly, first ever Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW World title.
That would be, yeah.
So good on them for saving it for such a special occasion, especially because Double or Nothing is an anniversary show.
Technically is. Their 4th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. Or
It'll be a
5th.
third anniversary.
Third, yeah. No, wait. 2019, 20, 21, 22, 4th.
No, you don't
Yeah,
count the
fifth.
first year as an anniversary.
Okay, they
Because-
started in 2019. Double or 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's their 5th show.
It's their 5th? Let's see.
Yeah.
20,
19, 20, 21, 22. They're 23. It'll be our 5th show.
All right, so a 4th anniversary.
5th.
No, 4th anniversary. You never count the first. An anniversary is a celebration of a year. So you don't count the first one. Because it's like how WrestleMania 25 is the 24th anniversary of WrestleMania.
Fair. Don't want to get into the Adam Blampier heat. I don't want to get Plumpy pissed off.
And one
fair
person who
enough.
was also pissed off is Jeff Jarrett, has lost a seat for the international title.
Yeah. He lost OC, and it was a fun match, but a lot of shenanigans as to a normal...
Jeff Jarrett's always been one for shenanigans in his matches.
Mm-hmm.
But OC overcame them and won. By the way, if you're wondering, where was Danhausen during all this? Well, unfortunately, he tore his pec.
Yeah, torn pec. Poor guy.
Yeah, he was just starting to gain some momentum, too.
The good news is, for a lot of people, they hate him. I'm like, you know what? In this case, absence makes the heart grow fond. Or fonder.
Good news is...
He's going to get a pop the first time he curses somebody when he comes back.
Good news is he doesn't need to wrestle to be on TV, so he could be back in a few months just doing promo stuff.
If he wanted to.
Especially because when he debuted injured. Let's see, we also have a match that was actually kind of disappointing because Jade had her Canadian Open Challenge and it was Nicole Matthews. So I'm like, oh, we could get a decent match here, right? And unfortunately, it was a squash.
Yeah. It was, and everyone in the call was like, who's that? I'm like, I was the only one going, hey, nice. I think we were all expecting Taya or Lufisto.
I can't believe we're the ones who recognize Nicole Matthews. She's been around for so long.
I was trying to sell it. I was like, dude, she hasn't wrestled in a while, but she was part of Shimmer for the longest time. Nope. Everyone fought Jobber.
Her skills are very, very much above Jobber and definitely deserve better than a 5-second match.
But they had sensed setup, and that's what happened. Jade goes, well, who else you got?
Enter Taya Valkyrie, La Lera Loca.
And it didn't take long for Tony Khan to tweet the fact that she's all elite.
So I could easily see Taya taking the TBS title. Easily.
Please.
She's got the star power. She's got the charisma. She's got the ability. She can do it.
Please, TK, please do not feed Taya Valkyrie to Jade. It's not worth it. The belt's losing luster with Jade. It's not worth it.
One thing that really confounds me is the fact that WWE at one point had John Morrison and Taya Valkyrie at contract at the same time and wasted them both.
Enigma Extreme, don't do it for free. Doesn't matter. There's no value in that. There's no pay-per-view money in this. Jade Cargill is doing damage to the TBS title. The sooner Taya Valkyrie takes the belt off her, the better.
I could see it for like a special episode of Dynamite or something.
I would do that.
Let's see. We also had a QTV promo where you had QT Marshall.
In Canada, it shouldn't have been the TSN Championship. Shush you. Don't feed good ideas in my head.
Hey, maybe someone could make that for a creative belt somewhere.
Probably someone already has.
So moving on, we had the QTV segment, which is QT Marshall and his group, essentially doing their own TMZ type thing, turning the Wardlow break-in into a work.
Yeah, for those wondering, no, the robbery was a shoot. They just turned it. They turned and said, "Well, we could turn it into something positive, more heat."
Yep, and according to the storyline now, it seems that it was Aaron Solo who broke into the car.
And is about to die.
He'll be fine. What's the worst that Wardlow can do? Powerbomb him 1,000,000 times?
He'll need a couple of bottles of Gatorade and maybe some Red Bull, but he'll find a way to do it.
We also got a nice Acclaimed rap video.
It was neat. It was neat.
We also got an Outcast promo, which ended up with a big old Pure 6 brawl. And, hey, Riho's got a pipe. She's going to murder everyone.
Yay! Also, Outcasts. Hey, yo.
Getting even
Look,
more NWO vibes?
It's for almost for goddamn Batum.
No, those are the Outsiders.
Like I said, almost verbatim. You may as well call them the NWO for women, but still, not going to dunk on it. It's still something. It's still a story, which is more than the division had in a long time.
Indeed, indeed. And this could definitely create some interesting friends, because one thing that I had in mind is somewhere down the line, Thunder Rosa could return as an ally for Jamie Hayter. Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be interesting.
Especially her and Dr. Britt Baker DMD as partners. Especially knowing the real-life backstage heat they have against each other, or at least had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
That could make for some good storyline potential. Because, well, it was just last year they tried to murder each other in an unsanctioned match. Literally murder. As you do in unsanctioned matches.
Yep.
We also had BCC versus Hangman, Uno, and the returning Dose.
Stu Grayson, who is all elite again.
I believe Stu Grayson is now the first person to re-sign with AEW.
I believe you're correct in that assumption.
It's good to have him back in the company. Hopefully he can win the belts now.
I mean, at this point, it makes sense. I mean, Dark Order is looking like it's starting to split it into other parts, anyways. Bring back the Smash Bros as a tag team. Have a run for the tag belts. I think that match he had against John Moxley established the fact that Evil Uno can actually go, which is a good thing.
It's easy to forget when he's not on TV a while that Evil Uno is really fucking good.
Then a lot of people look, oh, it's a fat dude. I'm like, Dusty Rhodes was a fat dude. He's one of the greatest wrestlers ever. Your point?
Yeah, Evil Uno isn't just big. He's also stupidly athletic for his size. Like, you don't expect somebody with that big a belly to be doing all those flips, but he can do them like the best of them. So don't just judge a book by their cover when you look at Evil Uno. He is so goddamn good. And it's one of the reasons why I hope that him and Stu get some gold. Whether it's tag gold, trios gold, one of them wins the international title or TNT title, don't care. Give them gold. They've also one of the teams that have been here almost since day one. Let's see. We also got our main events, which is House of Black.
House of Black.
They defeated the Elite and Jericho Appreciation Society to retain the trios titles in a bonkers main event match.
That was fast-paced, fun, and Brody King needs to be a champion, a singles champion down the line. This match was literally all the flippy shit and Brody King going, nope.
Yeah, Brody King was murdering everyone. He was the MVP, just picking people up, throwing them around, just clobbering them. Jesus Christ. After this trio's title run's done, I agree. He should get a singles run somewhere down the road.
TNT title easily.
Good thing they have plenty of singles titles. TNT title, international title, world title, something. And of course, during this match, they show backstage that BCC and Dark Order are still fighting each other. And after the match is over, they end up spilling into the ring with eventually Hangman in the ring by himself against the BCC. But who would come up from behind to save him? The Elite. The Elite.
I love / hate the fact that they cut right before they cut to end the show, right before Hangman turns to see the Elite save his ass.
Perfect cliffhanger.
Oh, I love it. I love / hate that that freaking cliffhanger. Words, I could speak them usually.
And of course, the moment the Elite enter the ring, crowd erupts. This is a great week for reunions in wrestling.
Right?
Usually it's all betrayals. Usually it's all betrayals in wrestling, but no, we actually got reunions. Hooray!
Hooray!
And that's all I got because unfortunately I didn't watch Rampage because it was on super late last night. And I was like, well, I'm not doing podcasts, so I guess I don't need to watch it.
Yeah, it was one of those, like, I would have watched it as well, but it was one of those, I'll read the spoilers. Let me get the spoilers out, so which will be results now, obviously.
Yeah, it was on at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Look, I love basketball like the rest of you, but fuck NCAA at the same time.
I'm not a sports guy, so I don't care.
You used to be a sports guy. You're a hockey fan.
It's been a while since I've been to a hockey game, and I don't really have time to watch NHL.
All right, so AEW Rampage, St. Patrick's Day Slam. It happened yesterday. Let's see. Powerhouse Hobbs. You're not even gonna give me. Oh, it was Powerhouse Hobbs. He opened the thing up. He defeated Ray Phoenix for the TNT Championship.
I'm sure they had a banger.
I'm pretty sure it was. I have not watched it yet, but I've heard banger. Powerhouse Hobbs after a match. Abrahantes gets in his faces, but Marshall hit him with a diamond cutter, so he's still a heel. Stu Grayson popped up saying he's a stern warning to the Combat Club. Taya Valkyrie, she's facing off Ava Lawless, so obviously squash win for Taya. Smart Mark popped up, taking notes, trying to make him look like a thing for Jade. Then we had a video of Stokely Athlete training with Matt Hardy and Ethan Page, Isaiah Cassidy, for his upcoming match against Hook.
Yeah, the match is happening, I believe, this Wednesday.
It is. Ringside, Bollywood Boys Head Down, Daddy Magic, and now Angela Parker, they follow. It looks like they're trying to do stuff, but it was they won against the Bollywood Boys.
Good to see. No doubt about it.
Nipples hard. Have a taste. JS, they mocked the Acclaim by scissoring each other. Then a video of Don Callis greeting Konosuke Takeshita at the airport as he arrives in Winnipeg. In the back, they see a video hyping up El Hijo del Vikingo versus Kenny Omega, which just happened this fucking Wednesday.
That is a match I've been trying to book for over a year. It's finally happening.
They advertise it as a dream match in the graphic. I do not blame them. That is a dream match. Please give them half hour. Please. 25 minutes. 25 minutes. Fine.
Everyone's been trying to book this match for over a year. It's been a logistical nightmare. Now we're finally getting it.
May the travel gods be kind to both so they can make it in one piece. Please. All right. More video to Top Flight and the Guns. Brody King and Julia Hart head to the ring. Garcia, Jericho follows. It was Garcia versus Brody King. Daniel Garcia won. There was an upset there.
Oh, wow. I was expecting Brody King to murder him.
Yeah, apparently it's that was a thing. That was a thing.
So it's like a fun episode of Rampage, if nothing else.
Yeah. I'm going to be watching the shit out of that after we're done here. Let's see. I don't assume you have anything else.
Unfortunately not. The only other thing I have to note is the fact that WWE 2K23 is currently out, available for everyone. The regular launch was just actually yesterday for regular prices.
For regular people, regular prices, and everything. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you to spoil your entire review, but I'm pretty sure there's some people curious about first impressions.
First impressions are mostly positive.
All right. Anything different from the current version or the last version?
I would say the most different thing is going to be the pinning system, which is actually better than I thought it would be.
Cool.
So
people are making complaints about Brock Lesnar clocking in and clocking out, and I'm just saying, yeah, and
that's how he's been for like the past 10 years.
He literally shows up, does a thing, sells for Omos, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's how he's been for the past 10 years. Where have you guys been? Where have these people been? This is literally how he's been since he's come back.
Literally.
I like to shout to Shane Helms, who end up seeing these people complain to me like, oh yeah, usually he stays around to help us break down the ring.
Which, I mean, if he ever did that, is like we're buying him beers. I think JC, I think one of WB's movies got canned. I think it's the steroid trial one, but I can't remember for sure.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sad about that because that's one of the stories that's been told to death, and I'm done with it now.
Yeah, like the Vice documentary, the Dark Side of the Ring one, covered it fairly well, to be fair. Conan is going to be inducting Rey Mysterio.
All right, and I believe Ric Flair will be inducting the Great Muta.
That is the understanding so far.
Hopefully, people can keep a watch on Ric Flair and make sure he's not too drunk.
Or too touchy-feely, if you know what I mean, and I think you do.
Yeah, just keep an eye on him. Jesus Christ.
Please. I'm trying to look for anything else right now. I don't think WGGP had anything this week.
Not that I saw.
Yeah.
Then again, WWE just came out, so they've just been recording videos for that.
Yeah, they've been busting their asses doing content. I actually tuned in for their launch stream on Monday for those who had the pre-ordered and the deluxe edition, all that stuff. It's the usual fun shenanigans. It was fun.
And I can only imagine because New Legacy Inc., they found new ways to glitch and break the game.
Maybe not yet, but this is them. They will find a way.
Of all people, they always find the most random glitches in the game. The games always just glitch out for them in ways that I've never seen. It's just like, how the fuck does this happen? Like, I watched one of their videos, and at one point a wrestler gets thrown against the ropes, and they just keep going through him. Only New Legacy, folks.
Only New Legacy. All right, well, we got 4 people in the chat, and the last couple emails are at least a couple of months old, so...
Q&A time!
Q&A time. We you know, it's going to be a short show, but we got about 10 minutes to kill before I want to do before it turns into a full hour show, before we do winners and losers. So I'm going to keep that for around 10 o'clock. Ask away, folks.
Let's try to break at least an hour, folks. At least an hour.
Yeah. It's going to be a short show. It is what it is. We couldn't do it with Shin on the thing. Well, JC, we saw him break down one ring in his last match against Roman.
In a manner speaking,
yeah, he tried to kill him with a tractor, and that ring was halfway to destructed, so fair.
I hope it was still easier to break down for the ring crew.
Yeah, I mean, one would hope. All they had to do is go under, get a couple of bullets, take the boards out, that kind of shit. JC, okay, how about who is the best big man not in WWE or AEW?
One person that comes to mind is Pero. He's pretty good.
Pero, I would say Joe Doring.
Oh, Joe Doring, he's great, yeah. Best of luck with his recovery. Hopefully he comes back soon.
Absolutely. Let's see. Who could fit in there from New Japan, I would wonder.
Pat Luck Foley's not exactly great. He's just sort of good at his role. I can't think of anyone who's like over 6 feet who are like 6'5" and not in WWE or AEW at the moment.
Big Damo?
Oh, he's good, yeah. It's a shame
Okay.
he never got really a chance in WWE.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but he is that good. You watch his stuff from before he got to the Fed, especially WCPW. Absolutely.
He got absolutely shafted once they brought Sami to the main roster. He was never given a chance, which such a waste of talents.
JC again. Is Adam Pearce a good authority figure or just okay? I mean, if you know who Adam Pearce is, you're just looking at him going, he's just doing his job. Just taking years of his pro wrestling experience in a quote on camera managerial role, but you know, he's there. He's fine. I love it when he's trying to sell Chelsea Green's Karen moments. Like with absolute disdain.
I'm guessing it's more like, well, here we go again with this nonsense.
If he could be the TikTok get fucked Karen guy, it's like, all right, fine, get fucked Karen. Be fun, but obviously you can't do that on, PGTV.
Still trying to think of if there's any other big men on the indie scene, possibly. Oh, I got one.
Sure.
Frankie TM.
I feel so much shame for not bringing him up. I think it's been too long since I've been to an indie show, so that probably explains why it did pop up in my brain immediately. Because he's still working.
He is, and if Matty D's to be believed, he's still going strong.
Yeah.
Oh, JC wants to know, what's a more glaring absence from the Hall of Fame, Earl Hebner or Jack Tunney? Earl Hebner.
Earl Hebner. It's a shame that he got fired, but Earl Hebner is one of wrestling's greatest referees. At least in WWE, he would absolutely deserve that. Jack Tunney, I want to say he's a blip in WWE history. Like, he's the on-screen authority figure in the Hulkamania era, so.
Yeah, when it comes to Earl Hebner, though, like, he was like the first referee that ever involved in actual storylines, and the one that kept consistently involved in storylines.
Then again, if you induct Hebner, you got to induct other refs like Charles Robinson and
also Dave Hebner.
And Dave, yeah.
Because the first storyline Earl Hebner was involved in was with his twin brother. And there's been so many referees, as you mentioned, Charles Robinson. Trying to think of other referees. Mike Chioda.
Mike Chioda would fit in there.
Tim White.
Yeah, Tim White, especially for when he had to hang around with Andre the Giant. I would say Earl Hebner first, Tim White next.
Yes.
Just for being around Andre the Giant for that long.
Yeah, Tim White was essentially their go-to handler for some wrestlers. And you can make an argument for a lot of glaring people missing from the Hall of Fame, like Jim Johnston, for example.
It's a shame he hasn't been inducted yet.
Oh, apparently Dave knows wrestling named Jack Tunney as the single biggest omission? Really? Bigger than Jim Johnston? I'm not sure I agree with that, personally.
I mean, he headed up a lot of the stuff in the Hulkamania era, so there's an argument for it. I'm like, there might be some bad blood there.
Oh, really? I was not aware of that.
I mean, I think his gambling stuff. There's some history there. I can't put,
Guess we'll have to wait and see what the future holds for the Triple H style Hall of Fame. Once we get on with this few years, seeing how Triple H handles these sorts of decisions.
One would hope.
I mean, it is because of Triple H that we got San Martino win several years ago.
And keep in mind, this is the same video where Dave noted that The Rock isn't in yet, but yet wasn't in yet. Yeah, he's not in yet. It's literally a scheduling thing at this point.
Yeah, I have no doubt that Rock will go in 1 year. That is no doubt in my mind. Same with like John Cena.
Yeah, so it's literally scheduling. Anything else, folks? Enigma, I know you're in there.
He's in there, but is his brain?
Favorite submission move, huh?
Oh, there's quite a few good ones. Dragon Sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Figure 4 leg lock. That's always a classic.
Cattle mutilation.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Brian Yeltson's cattle mutilation. So remember the first time I saw that, I was like, "Holy shit, that takes a lot of flexibility." Yeah, be good with a bridging technique.
Mm-hmm. It's just a beautiful thing to look at.
Oh, Bulldog choke. That's a good one. Just
yeah,
grab by the
yeah.
neck and just yank.
Hey, sometimes simple is a good thing. Keep KSS is there for a reason.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, Sammy.
All right, 57. May as well get to winners and losers.
Yeah,
May as well. All right, time for winners and losers. Shed's not here, so we go straight to T-Dub.
Jim Cornette is my loser this week because he still fails to take responsibility. Actually blames Rehill for getting bullied.
Does Mil Muerte's arm break count as submission? That's pretty good, too. If you're thinking of Pentagon Jr.'s arm break thing, I think it counted in Lucha Underground?
Possibly. It's been a while since I've seen proper Lucha Underground Pentagon.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I can't believe we missed this, but apparently Butch is no more. It is Pete Butch Dunn.
Oh, yes, he's getting his name back.
He got his name back.
Apparently this was going to happen earlier, but then the Brawling Brutes became super popular, so they had to sort of push those plans back.
Make some money and then work on everything else. It makes sense.
Just as soon as the game comes out, now he's no longer Butch. Hilarious. However, to me, he'll always be, it's all about the Butch!
Yep. Yeah, Vince McMahon, I don't know what the fuck he's going on, but he's doing something stupid.
Probably. You can just basically count on that.
And I don't have a loser this week, so there's that beyond that. Let's do winners.
For me, first off, AEW for having one hell of a weekend. Gotta give one to Sami and KO for getting that huge reaction.
Yeah. For me, Kevin Owens, Sami, and Cody. The opening segment, and of course, the segment at the end where the hug heard round the world. The roof flew off.
In the words of Gorilla Monsoon, the people were literally hanging from the rafters.
Yeah. And of course, AEW for a great week, and WWE because WrestleMania on paper. WrestleMania is looking good. It is, folks. On paper.
Let's just hope the execution is as good as the hype. Come on, don't. They need to not let us down here. This is where it all counts.
It could be a one-match show with Cody winning, and I think it'll be a 3-star show.
Hopefully. Like, I'm crossing my fingers. Don't screw this up, please. Let Cody win. Let him win.
Of course, there are going to be people shitting on it. Cody shouldn't win. Cody shouldn't. It's folks, the story. You could shit on the plan all you want, but sometimes, even Triple H in NXT, he had a plan. Just saying. We like black and gold to NXT. Go ahead. You're reading JC there.
Yep, he says gives a posthumous winner to a legendary Lance Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, from Oz, The Wire, John Wick, Horizon Zero Dawn. Absolutely fantastic actor. Fucking amazing talent, amazing voice. He's going to be sorely missed.
Absolutely. Okay, that's it. We have to. So Shin, he's got his PayPal tip jar. It's on screen here for you, for folks. PayPal.com/Shintigercurl. Go there, donate. If he needs some teeth and some trolling with T-Dub money, because you always want to you always want trolling with T-Dub money. You do. Beyond that, go ahead with your plug, sir.
Of course, got my YouTube channel right there in the chat for video game reviews. Go check that out. And of course, if you want to see any of them early before they get posted to the public YouTube channel, check out patreon.com/TWKReviews. Right now, I'm working on my review of WWE 2K23. Should be up on my Patreon by Tuesday night at the latest.
If you want that, you want in on that, you already heard the URL, patreon.com/TWKReviews. My PayPal tips are paypal.me/MattyJ316. Donations are optional, but always appreciated. That being said, that is the show. We're done here. We're out of here. We got to hit the thing. Leave. Short show. Again, Shin and I probably would have had a same hour show, but just us, goofing off about wrestling and having fun. It is what it is, but thanks, T-Up, for jumping in last minute.
Oh, of course, man.
It's appreciated. You have no idea how much, even if it was just for an hour and a half, it is always appreciated.
Hey, listen, I'm never going to be the one to leave you hanging, man.
You always know I got a plan B and a plan C, but it's always good when plan B works out, so thank you. Now go back to editing. But
I'm not even at the editing stage yet. I'm still
You're still recording?
I'm still writing the script.
Oh, wow.
It took me a while to record all this footage.
Fair play.
So I'm on right now I'm in the final stages of writing the script. I just need to edit a few details here and there, and then I'll get to recording the review itself.
There you go. That being said, that is it for us, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you so much. We will see you not next weekend, but on Thursday, March 30th. We're thinking 8 o'clock, more than likely. Same time we would start Rift Zone.
Sounds good.
We'll be doing that. So around that time. But that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you around WrestleMania season, baby. On behalf of Shintigercurl, who is not here, but on behalf of everybody, including TWK.
That's not brilliant. It's just dumb.
My name's Matty J. Remind you to help professional wrestling. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks on Thursday. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We will see you then. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.